Hi there, Capricorn. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this reading finds you well. Welcome to your weekly reading. Back with me again, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. For those of you who are new to my channel, hello. And for those of you who have been here a long time, welcome back. So if you're new to my channel, this is going to be a relationship spread, meaning that you could always apply this with anyone in your life. It could be with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, exes, crushes, fiance, family members, anyone. I'm basically just going to be picking up your relationship energy in general, all right? And don't forget to also check your sun, moon, or Venus sign, because for me personally, I realize that with my readings, I resonate much more with my Venus sign rather than my sun sign. But probably because my Venus is in the 8th house, I don't really know. But if it doesn't resonate, then it just doesn't resonate, all right? There's so many amazing, talented tarot readers out there for you to just click and watch, all right? Okay, so Capricorn, you have a very masculine type of energy in here though. You have the Emperor card, you have the 5 of Swords, and then you also have the Hierophant card. So I feel like right now you guys are not, I mean from now until 1 to 2 weeks to come, you guys are really not in the mood for any type of bullshit. There's this type of idealism that you hold on dearly to your life about a certain type of relationship that you feel like this is the ideal relationship that I want. So for instance, if you've been dealing with a lot of pages are like people who are still kind of like evolving, and then they're not really up for a serious relationship. You guys are not really willing to be in that position any longer, or any type of way. But anyway, you have a certain idea about this is the type of relationship that I want. Therefore, the characteristic or even the criteria of the person that I'm with is supposed to fit in this ideal relationship that I actually want. And then you guys are not for any type of bullshit right now. So if somebody is not fit into that criteria, you're just going to be cutting them over, especially with the 5 of Swords. You have this idea about when it comes to this relationship, I should only be given this much, because you're starting to be drawing boundaries and lines about what is it that people can cross and what is it people that cannot cross. Because truth of the matter is, the Emperor card in my other deck, which is the Japanese Tarot, it's been symbolized by the War card. And it's not a very, you know, like Mars are up for a fight and everything like that, but I feel like it's much more about the protective nature of the Emperor, because Emperor realizes that within his scope of ruling or within his authority lies things that he needs to be protecting, which is his citizen, which is his legislations, which is his rules. There has to be a system, there has to be a law, there has to be a regulation so that things don't get out of hand. And I feel like this is what you're most focused on, is that ideal that you have, you know. And then what's challenging this relationship is you have the Ace of Chalices and also the 8 of Swords. So because this is the overall challenge, I cannot really pinpoint who's doing what to who, but Ace of Chalices talks about the feeling of being drained. If this comes to you, you might feel a little bit drained in terms of relationship, because you feel like you've been handing out cups. You've been handing out tons of cares and loves and supports and everything like that, up to the point that you forget to do it to yourself. Therefore, now you feel like, oh my God, now my cup is empty and I need to do something about it. And how do you do it? Is by creating that boundaries that I was talking about earlier, right? And then the other overall challenge that you have in here is the 8 of Swords. So 8 of Swords talks about that late night crazy thinking, that self-defeating talks, the things that kind of like makes us have a little bit of a fever. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're sick or anything, but it's just something that makes you feel not so good about yourself, because it kind of like cloud your judgment, it kind of like cloud your head, and you wake up in the morning having a clouded head. It's not a really good feeling, especially for a Capricorn that likes to be very sufficient. You want, when you go at work, like you want to have a clear head, and it's kind of like quite hard for you to do because of all those swords that is coming in your way, and especially realizing that your cups right now is being like a little bit empty because you've been so busy giving out cups. You know what I mean? So in the past, you guys have the 4 of Chalices and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So you were dealing with somebody, because Knight of Chalices, especially this particular deck of mine, is somebody who makes effort to impress. Somebody who is like a salesman, I would say. Somebody who is able to charm you with either their words, because it's very reassuring, up to the point that you well, it's a bit too good to be true, but I like it and stuff like that. So Knight of Chalices, especially in the upright position, they're like a salesman, you know, like they're so good with their words. They're so good to act very, very convincing. They're very, very charming with their words and everything like that. But when it's in reverse, it means that the thing that they promised to say, you find that the actions versus the word that they've been saying to you in the past does not really matches. And why is that? It's because this person has the Four of Cups, although how they view you is Ace of Pentacles. So they view you as somebody who is a long-term commitment material. They view you as if they were to be putting efforts, consistency, and persistency into this relationship, it could lead into the Ten of Pentacles. So, in terms of logic, in terms of Mercury, in terms of how they think towards the tangible future, they feel like it's possible to have a relationship with you because it might lead to Ten of Pentacles. But how they're feeling inside is much more of the Four of Chalices. So you're dealing with somebody who has like a lot of fears in opening up. And they have a lot of fears about letting somebody in, because they believe that the mental state by not letting anybody inside of their heart is the thing that makes them survive for such a long time. So they have a huge wall in terms of the heart, regardless of whatever it is that they say, whatever with this action that they took in the past. But still, when it comes to the matter of the heart, they're very, very protective over their heart because they feel like if I do this, I protect myself. If I'm not so vulnerable with other people, I'm protecting myself. If I don't trust people that much, it means that I'm not going to be expecting anything about that person. Thus, if that person disappoints me, I'm not going to get so much hurt. You know what I mean? So that's that. I've been talking a lot. Every time I'm sorry for the length video though. We're just like in the past cards. You guys are the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And because you realize this, like you realize that something is off with them. You know, something is just off and you just don't feel the click. You just don't see it. You feel like this person is kind of like quite detached with you. You feel like this person is not opening up their heart chakra with you. Therefore, you guys are the Knight of Pentacles. So with that person, you've always had this type of crazy, unwavering devotions and loyalty towards them. Like every time they needed your help, you're like, okay, you know what, I'm here for them. But you feel like this person is so closed off. You feel like this person, regardless of all the actions that you've done, it seems like this person is never enough. You know what I mean? So then you guys became the Knight of Pentacles in reverse and also the Four of Pentacles. So, okay, you're not putting in any more actions, okay? But I'm just going to be withdrawing all of the things that I've been doing to you. You don't want to let me in. You don't want to be giving me something. Okay, I don't want to do it either. Because you're so focused on yourself in the past. You became Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is just like somebody who, whoop, no, not giving anything because you're the Four of Pentacles. And then it might drive them crazy though, because the Four of Pentacles for me is that withdrawing something from other people that you know that that person needs. Like for instance, if you ghosted somebody and you know that this person needs a closure, or you know this person needs a clarification, so you're not willing to give it to them in the past. Oh, whew. Everybody got hurt. I think it was Pisces, and their partner was hurt too. Whoever they were dealing with in a relationship was hurt too. And the other person that you're dealing with right now is also hurt too. Like they've been hanging in suspense. They were the hangman, and then now they're in reverse position, meaning that they're kind of like quite done with a period of waiting with about you. And then they are embracing the fact that maybe it's not meant to be. They're kind of like embracing the fact that, okay, something needs to be done about this. Like they're something that has to change within them as well, but they're not quite sure why. Especially if you didn't give them any type of closure or clarifications or explanations about things. They're kind of like lost about why you pull back, why you let go of that unwavering devotions and loyalty that you have towards them. Why is it that you stop doing the active services that you used to do to them? Why is it that you stop being consistent and persistent about them and everything like that? They're confused as to why. They're still looking for that answer. Seven of Wands, like you really, really are building a wall on yourself too, and you're focusing much more on your money and your independence, which is the Nine of Pentacles. So in regards to this person, I don't feel like you guys have already made a definite type of decision about what is it that you want from them. Do you want them out or do you want them in? Do you want to compromise or do you still want to stick with that ideal that you have that I spoke about earlier? But right now, you guys are just much more like go with the flow. I'm just going to take everything with a salt of grain. And then I'm still in my decision-making process while you guys are doing so. You guys are much more focusing on your money or your career or your study or whatever. But it's much more about leading into your freedom and your independence and your self-sufficiency. But this person is really hurt though, because this person cannot really understand why. They want to ask you something, but I feel like they're being a bit passive when it comes to their wondering, and instead of doing so, they're busy with mourning. Ten of Swords. Six of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, the Fool card, Ten of Cups, Knight of Wands in reverse, Seven of Cups. Okay, so in the wait, I need to clarify something. Ini maksudnya apa sih? Kenapa sih dia sedih banget gini? By the way, don't freak out if you hear me muttering Indonesian words. All right, it's just me asking my cards. But anyway, I was kind of like curious about why is it that they needed that answer so much. You know what I mean? Remember when I said there is this question inside of their head that drives them crazy about why. Why is Capricorn like this? Why? It doesn't make sense to me. I wish that Capricorn would tell me and everything like that. Why? Why is it they're so focused on that? It's because they feel like they're the Empress card, the Fool card, and also the Queen of Cups. So they feel like they already took a giant leap of faith when it comes to you. Although they did not really show it through that actions, but they feel like, you know that song, was I the only one who fell in love? That song? Like they're wondering, was what happening in the past was all in their head, or was it the truth? Were they the only person who was there, or were you there too with them? They felt like they're already being very, very feminine with you, very receptive of your energy, and they felt like they already took a giant leap of faith when it comes to you. So that's that. And that's why their head could not get over the idea about why is it that you did the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, okay? But it's easy. I mean, from the spread, like I could tell why you were doing this is because you feel like they're detached. You feel like they're distanced. You feel like they're protecting their heart a lot, and you feel that whatever the words that came out of their mouth did not really go hand in hand with the actions that they took. And you kind of like felt that their words are a little bit manipulative as well for some Capricorns out there, not everybody. But anyway, in the future, this person is going to try, but it's going to be a very, very slow moving thing. It's a Six of Swords. So they're going to try to, and the Six of Swords is leading this way, means that they're not walking out, but they're kind of like coming into the relationship, is because of that belief that they had earlier in the past, which is the Ace of Pentacles. They believe that if they were to be consistent, if they were to be giving this relationship a try, it could actually lead into a long-term type of commitment. And because of that belief, they're going to kind of like come back to you, but it's a very, very slow thing. You know, like they could just be messaging you, or if you guys are on social media like Instagram or Facebook, they're just going to be liking your page. And then I like that article. So I like it when you do this, like that type of stuff, you know, like it's a very, very slow thing. It's not like Capricorn, I'm really sorry. Capricorn, I want to know why. No, not like that. It's just like very slow. It's very, very slow. And why they're doing this, because they still have a big faith when it comes to this relationship, which is going to make you happy. I mean, you guys are the Ten of Cups, so you like how, like when things are good, you like how they emotionally make you feel. But again, you cannot really I feel like because right now you guys are so much focused on the Nine of Pentacles, you're so much focused on your coins and everything like that. In the future, you're going to have like a little bit of a hard time into prioritizing relationship versus your work or your money or whatever. Yeah. So even in the future, like here, like the Knight of Wands in reverse. So one day you're like into the relationship, but the other day there's like a lot of things that you need to take care of. Therefore, like they might get sad about it, but I feel like they're going to be quite okay about it too. Yeah, but it's going to be very, very slow though. And it's very, very slow moving. Okay, so that's if you're only dating one person. If you're dating one person and you're over and done with whoever it is that I was talking about earlier, if you're actively seeking for a partner or a relationship, I feel like you're going to be meeting a person, yes. But the thing is that this person comes from a place, like for instance, if you live in Jakarta like I do, this person might come from Bandung, or this person might come from Bali, but his origins is not going to be in the area that you live in right now, or it can literally be from abroad, okay? But it's like cross border type of person coming into your way. And I feel like with this person, again, like you like their companies, but again, when it comes to prioritizing relationship over another thing, it's something that you still find it hard to do because you're focusing much more on the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so if you're only dealing with one person, this person ends now. Sorry, this reading ends here. But if you're dealing with two people, here is your reading. So it's just okay. So person A is somebody who detached himself away from you completely. They're like the Four of Cups. So they were being very, very distant. They were very, very, very cold. You asked them out. You tried always, but they're always closed off. And because they were taking care of their emotional well-beings a lot. And I feel like in the past, you've let go of that, regardless of how you view this person, but you let go of your unwavering devotions and loyalty that you have towards them. And in the now, so in the now, this person is much more open about it, but I feel like you guys are no longer interested in this. I mean, the Hangman in reverse, for me, if we were to talking it to a practical basis, like it's somebody who is tired of a period of waiting. I mean, I feel like they are so used about you planning out stuff or you doing something to them that when you didn't do that, they're like, okay, I think I lost Capricorn for good. Well, now I'm going to be doing things to get their attention. So if you guys are friends on social media or whatever, they're going to be posting pictures to remind you of them or whatever, or they're going to be dropping into places that you like to hang out or whatever, that there's like a lot of ways in which they want to get attentions from you. But I feel like you guys are much more of the Seven of Wands. So you're like, nah, I don't want it. Like, not interested. I'm really not, because I made that decision, in the past to let go of my feelings towards you, to let go of, okay, I see you as a good person, but I feel like I need to let you go because it's no longer healthy for me and everything like that. So that's person A. I feel like in the future though, person A is... And so I feel like person A, after them being receptive for so long, this person is going to come into you in which you're going to be kind of like quite happy about, but you wouldn't be so serious about it because I feel like you guys are starting to build a happiness with person B who you feel is much more feasible for you. So person B is somebody who, you know, this person is interested in you. And this person is trying so hard to impress you. And you guys are much more the Four of Pentacles. So you guys were not showing like a lot of emotions. You're kind of like not really interested with them because you were dealing with person A. And then now though this person is going through a lot, I mean, it kind of like pains them, the fact that because they feel either ignored or rejected by you for some reasons. And with this person, you're not in the brink of making a definite decision about them anyway, because you guys are, okay, I'm still going to be considering you and everything like that. In the future, This person is 10 of Pentacles, so this person is going to be happy with you. But again, you cannot prioritize relationship over anything else. So, and they're quite happy about it. I feel like person B is much more understanding in terms of your crazy schedules and your crazy hectic rather than person A. Because person A demands a lot of things. Whereas person B is like, okay, I understand. Even with you, you know, cannot truly prioritize relationship, they're still happy with that, okay? Right, so I think that's it from my reading for you, Capricorn. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next week for another weekly reading. All right, bye-bye. I love you.